Inverse trigonometric function. The inverse of trigonometric function. To find the inverse, the function should be one-to-one and onto. Function is invertible. So we call it as invert. If we can find the inverse of a function, then we say it is invertible function. So when will you say a function is invertible? If and only if is one-to-one and onto. A function is invertible if and only if the function is one-to-one and onto. The function has to be one-to-one and onto. Only then we can say the function is invertible. Condition is if and only if. That means the other way also. A function is invertible, then f must be one-to-one and onto. Is the other way also. If a function is one-to-one and onto, then the function is invertible. Why do you need this condition? Why? To find the inverse of a function, you need this one-to-one and onto. I'll give you one example. Think of a number. So that number is x. Multiply by 4. Add 5. It's a simple sum. 33. That is, you thought of a number that is input. The input is x. We don't know that number. The output you gave is 33. Now I want to find the original number. So we reverse the operations. That is, you added plus 5. So we subtract 4x minus 5. So 33 minus 5. So what do you get now? 4x is equal to 28. So x is equal to 4x. You have multiplied here, so you divide. This is a simple thing you all know. So the original number is 7. So we are able to find the original number. This is the input. X is the input. We found the input is 7. Now I'll give another example. You think of a number. Square the number. Add 5 to that number. 30. So x square is 30 minus 5. So you know we are squared, so we have to find the root. So x is root of 25. So what answer will you give? It can be, I don't know, because it may be plus 5 or it can be minus 5 also, right? We are not able to find the original number because there are two inputs here. It can be plus 5 or it can be minus 5. Maybe you would have thought of plus 5. Somebody would have thought minus 5 also. So we are not able to find the original number. The reason is this is not a one-to-one function. 5 is also giving you 30 as the output. Minus 5 is also giving you 30 as the output. It's a many-to-one function. So to find the original number, this inverse is to find the original function. So here, so the original function is f of x is equal to 4x plus 5. The inverse is, you put it as y. X is equal to y minus 5 by 4. So if the function is f of x, suppose f of x is 4x plus 5, the inverse of the function, you can replace it by x. It is x minus 5 by 4. We can find the inverse. But here we cannot, because the reason is there are two inputs. So if I restrict the domain here, suppose I restrict the domain, instead of minus 5, just asking you to think of a number from 1 to 5 or 1 to 10. Okay, if I restrict the domain, so now what will happen? If she thinks 1, what will be the answer? 1 plus 5, 6. You will get the 6 as the answer, right? If you think 4 plus 5, 9. Yeah, if it is 3, what do you get? 14. Okay, 4 you will get 21. 5 you will get 30, right? Yeah. So this is the range. Now you will get the original number. You can find the original number if you give the output, because the domain is restricted here. Before I didn't restrict the domain. I just told her think of a number. So there were two options. It can be plus 5 or minus 5. So we are not able to find the original number. So if we have to find the original number, then the function should be one-to-one. That's the first condition. Now second, we told it should be onto. Now this is a range we have to get, because the domain is this. This is a domain I have given. So this is a range I should get. Suppose if she tells me the answer output is 42. Okay. So can you find the original number? It's out of the range now. See 30, this is the range. If she gives the answer 42, you cannot find the original number because x square plus 5 is 42. So x square is 37. So we cannot find the original number. The reason is the domain, the codomain is not equal to the range. So it has to be within the range, only then we can find the original number. If we want the inverse of a function, means we are finding out the original number. That means we need a function to go back to find the original number. For that, the function should be 1 to 1 and onto. So this is the domain and range. Sin x, the range is from -1 to 1. Domain is R, set of real numbers. Now this function is not 1 to 1. Now you have to make this sin x as an invertible function. So there is a condition. We have to restrict the domain. As I told you, unless we restrict the domain, we cannot find the inverse, because the condition is the function should be 1 to 1 and onto. Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. This region alone, just see this region, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. You can see the full range, -1 to +1. If you take minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, the function is 1 to 1. And we can make it as onto, you restrict the codomain as 1 to -1. 3 pi by 2 to 5 pi by 2. Okay, this range, 3 pi by 2 to 5 pi by 2. -1 to +1. Again, in this region, the function is 1 to 1, and you can make it as onto by defining the codomain. The codomain should be from, you cannot take the full axis, y-axis. You have to restrict. So, and similarly, there are so many branches like this. There are so many branches. So all these branches, you can find the inverse. So minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, you can find the inverse because the function is 1 to 1 and onto. Similarly, 3 pi by 2 to 5 pi by 2, 7 pi by, so many branches are there. You can find the inverse in all these branches, but we are going to choose a particular branch that is near the origin. This branch we are going to choose, and that branch is called as the principal value branch. The principal domain is from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. There are so many branches, you can choose one, but this is called as the principal value branch. So in this branch, the function is 1 to 1 and onto, therefore it is invertible. So we are going to redefine now the domain. Now you know that sin x is not 1 to 1, it is not onto also. So we want to make it as 1 to 1 and onto, so we redefine the domain now. We restrict the domain. How do you restrict it now? You are going to define the principal value domain. So you know the reason why we are doing, because we want to make the function as 1 to 1 and onto. So for the sin x, we are going to define the domain as minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay. Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 is the principal value domain or principal value branch. Similarly for cos. Now we just see what happens for cos. You know the range is from minus 1 to plus 1. So which branch will you take? 0 to pi. If you see from 0 to pi, just look at the branch. 0 to pi, the range is from 1 to minus 1. That is one branch. Next branch is pi to 2 pi. That you have so many branches. So which branch will you take as the principal value branch? The branch which is near the origin. So we are going to take, see, we cannot take like sine, we cannot take minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Why? For sine we took the branch as minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Here we are taking it as 0 to pi. Need the full range, isn't it? So if I take from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, I won't get that. See, minus pi by 2 is 0, plus pi by 2 is also 0. So if I take from 0 to pi, so 0 it is 1, pi it is, this is the branch, the full range 1 to minus 1. So I cannot take from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 here. So it is this branch. 0 to pi is taken as the principal branch. So there are so many branches actually. This is one curve, like see, this is one branch. Similar branch you can see it here. Similar here also we can see pi to 2 pi, this one. So there are so many branches, but we choose one particular branch, and in all these branches, there are so many branches. In all these branches the function is invertible. Okay, because in these branches the function is 1 to 1 and onto. So we are choosing this branch 0 to pi, that is this part of the curve. So you understood why we are choosing this, because we need the full range. So we are choosing that branch 0 to pi. So the principal domain for cos is 0 to pi. Now tan x is, we are going to change the domain of tan x. What will be the domain of tan x? From minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. This is one branch. Similar branches are there everywhere. So you take this is going to minus infinity, and this pi by 2 is going to plus infinity. Minus pi by 2 and plus pi by 2. So 0 to pi we cannot take. That will not give you the full branch. So we are taking the domain as minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. So for tan, you are going to make it as open bracket. You know the reason it's open bracket? At minus pi by 2 and plus pi by 2, the function is not defined. Now cosec x, secant x, so the cosecant x branch, one should go to the minus infinity, the other one should go to plus infinity. So the range will be, see this, minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Okay, minus pi by 2 to the plus pi by 2. At 0, what happens to this curve? Not defined. So the domain you cannot take as minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. See, minus pi by 2 it is going to infinity, plus pi by 2 it is going to plus infinity. In between 0, the function is not defined. It will be minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 minus 0. 0 should be excluded. Understood? Because at 0 we cannot define the function, so that should not be there in the domain. Next is secant 0 to pi minus pi by 2, because at pi by 2 the function is not defined. 0 to pi minus pi by, that pi by 2 the function is not defined. So as you can see, at 0 the function is, this curve is going to plus infinity. At pi the function is going to minus infinity. So both the branches we are getting, but in between this pi by 2 the function is not defined. 0 to pi minus pi by 2. Pi by 2 should be eliminated. Last one, cot x. See, this is one branch. Can you see? This full thing is a branch, right? Similarly, there is one branch here, pi to 2 pi, there is a branch. There is a branch. So many branches. We are choosing this branch from 0 to pi. This branch as the principal branch. But we cannot choose 0, because at 0 the function is, the curve is not touching, because the curve is going to infinity. See, the curve comes closer and closer to this, but it will not touch the curve. So at 0 it is infinity. Similarly at pi, what happens to pi? Can you see? So we have to exclude these 2 points, 0 and pi. That means open bracket, the domain we are going to restrict it as open bracket 0 and pi. Open bracket 0, it is not defined. At pi also, see, 0 it goes to infinity, pi it goes to infinity. In between the function is defined. So it is open bracket 0 to pi. So this is the range and this is the principal value domain. Now the inverse function. So to find the inverse trigonometric functions, so that sine inverse x, cos inverse x, then cosecant, secant, tan inverse, cot inverse x. We need a domain and we need the range. So what happens here? The range of this, the range will become, so this is the domain, the range will become the domain and this will become the range. See, if a function is from, see, for example, if I tell you, if it is 1, 2, 3 and thing like this. So 1 goes to 5, 2 goes to 6, 3 goes to 7. Now if I want to find the original number, this will become the domain. If I want to find the inverse, this will become the domain and this will become the range. So if f of x, this is the domain, x is the domain, y is the range or codomain. For f inverse x, it will just get reversed. This will become the domain, this will become the range. The range will become the domain and this will become the range. You have to remember this is an important table